enforcement, police enforcement, which has been so effective. You know, we talk about it and say, well, they didn't stop the crime, but they, you know, they did do some enforcement afterwards and perhaps catch the person. The thing is, to me, when you catch somebody who's a wanted person and alleged to do something, that is oftentimes stopping the next crime, because we have offenders who are often repeat offenders. Also, when somebody is out there who has committed a crime and they're at large, the public is, you know, in general upset, of course. And I would like to compliment our wonderful Dubuque Police Department for their fine actions. Not everything can be stopped. We have a national trend of increasing violence, and of course, you know, we're part of, you know, this wonderful country, but we've got this violent surge going through it, and our police department and our neighborhoods are responding. I'm glad that the city is doing its part in responding, and I urge all our citizens to come together as neighborhoods to help each other out, to continue to help respond and help each other out in these times of need. So thank you.
I have some concerns beyond the lights and the cameras, because yes, we have things in place right now, but for me, it appears that the shootings are happening beyond that. Are happening outside the camera, outside the lighting. And yes, we can light up the whole downtown, but a problem for me is, how are the guns getting here? And they're finding any little space they can to do a shooting. And yes, the police are handling it, but they all, for me, it seems as if they are doing their homework and they know where things aren't in place, and that's where they're going. And so I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves and maybe this has been done already, but not look beyond. Because then I ask myself, are we putting a Band-Aid in an open wound? That's just how I feel with some of this right now, because it is a big concern, and I see it on your faces tonight. I see the extra people here. People came tonight that I haven't seen, and it's everyone's concern. So we will work diligently to do what it is that we can do. And one other thing, yes, the staff is meeting, but where's our citizen input? We have to have our citizen input. We have to have it from you citizens that live in those areas, because you're the ones that deal with the day-to-day.
But the reality in Dubuque is that as we've increased video surveillance, which I kind of don't like, but I get it. I like it a lot more than I don't like it. The likelihood is if you do a crime, we're going to get you on video somewhere, either doing the crime or leaving the scene of the crime or headed to your next crime, and it's going to be a good tool to help us arrest that perpetrator, and that's a good thing. As we continue to have success with that, the word will get around that if you do a crime in Dubuque, your likelihood of arrest is very high compared to a lot of other places. Not advertising that other places should have crime done to them. The better we get at that, the less crime we should see. The other pieces of this are many. We talked about some of them earlier tonight. If we can build real opportunities for employment, if we can get a grip on third-grade reading so that people can grow up smart and ready to go to work, if we can continue to grow the diversity of the community and the inclusivity of the community so that companies want to build their workforces here so that there's a workforce to do the work, we can succeed in all of this. I got in a conversation with a fellow a while ago who was pretty accusative of the city council for, in his view, sticking our heads in the sand over the crime issue in Dubuque. Gosh, I remember a task force in 2009 with many citizens involved in a 2-year process to develop all kinds of things, and that we implemented all of those that were found to be legal and practical, and in fact implemented a couple that were found to be not a good idea that we had to back off of because of citizen input, because they looked like good ideas at the time. Anyhow, it all matters. It all matters. All of the pieces matter, and we are paying attention to this thing, and we're trying to do the right thing. this is the beginning of a group of policies that we can add to improve the safety in the neighborhoods, and that's pretty simple. If the lights are on, something's less likely to happen. People will feel safer, people will feel more secure in their daily lives, and that's the gift that we can give. The other gift we can give the neighborhoods, to the poverty-stricken, to those that are doing these crimes, the common denominator, I think, there is lack of hope. If you haven't got hope that you're going to ever be able to do anything, what do? You do what you got to do to survive, and sometimes that means commit crimes.
And so I think Dubuque has been very proactive, and certainly as a council, as a city staff, we're here to do our part, and we're asking citizens to do their part. I'm a firm believer, no matter what the subject, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We need information. If you're not giving us information, you're part of the problem. We need to solve that situation. We're going to work with neighborhoods and make that easier for people to do, anonymously, so that no one ever will know who that information came from. So I think